Hi guys, welcome back to Journey Teachers. So today we have Reuben with us, who is currently studying law in Jindal University, and he's here to share his experiences based on what is it to study law at Jindal. So let's hear from him. Hi Reuben, how are you doing?
Hi, Kriti. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good as well. Would you like to give a brief introduction about you to the people?
Yeah, my pleasure. Hello everyone. My name is Reuben George Vergis. I am studying in Jindal Global Law School. I am currently in my first year. I have enrolled in the BA LLB course, and I'm originally from Bangalore. I was born and brought up in Bangalore, and now I've moved to Delhi. Not exactly Delhi. It's 2 hours from Delhi, Sonipat, to pursue my law course here. And yeah, I in Bangalore I studied in Bishop Cotton Boys School. I was the head of day scholars there, and this I'm pursuing a law course here at Jindal. And what persuaded me to take up law as a career is there are multiple reasons. One, I think one of the main factors is that my dad is a lawyer. My father is a lawyer. He's practicing in Bangalore, and so that obviously had an influence on me, and various other reasons. I was good at moot courts. I was good at debates. I used to participate in a lot of Model United Nations in school, and I was never that interested in any of the science subjects. So that's another reason why I chose law as a career option. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
That's really nice that you were able to mention the purpose behind pursuing this degree course at Jindal. So tell us something about, this course. Does the curriculum of this course look like?
Perfect. Yeah. So in Jindal, they offer three courses for law. They are BA LLB, which is Bachelor's in Arts, and it's an integrated course. It's a 5-year course. Bachelor's in Arts integrated with LLB, which is Bachelor's in Legislative Law. Then there is another course called BBA LLB, which is Business Administration with law, and then there's BCom LLB. So these are the three courses which Jindal offers for law. They all three of them are 5-year courses, and the, every semester the students have five subjects. Out of that, four are course subjects, and one depends on which course you have taken. So since I have taken BA, my I have for four course subjects, and one subject, history, which the other students don't have. Which I think BBLLB students have business environment, and BCom LLB students have accountancy. So every semester we have five subjects, four course subjects, and one depending on your course, and one subject depending on your course. And from third year onwards, you have electives. You can, I think, you can pick one elective in your third year, and in your fourth year you can pick two. And I think in your fifth year, you just have one course subjects, and the other four are electives. So that is about the course and the curriculum. So I'm done with one semester here. I'm currently in my second semester. In my first semester, we had a mixture of law and humanities subjects. We had law of torts and legal methods as our law subjects, and we had foundation of social sciences as a humanities subject. We had international relations, and we had English, which is a core subject, since language forms the basis of law. And in this semester, I have law of contracts. I have English again. I have English too. I have foundation of social sciences again. I have legal methods too, and yeah, we have history. So these are the courses and another thing which I want to mention is Jindal, not only the 5-year courses. Jindal also offers the 3-year law courses. It's called BALS, Bachelor's of Arts in Legal Studies. For the people who have already pursued an undergrad and want to pursue law, and they don't want to take the 5-year course, they go for a 3-year course. And some people also pursue a 3-year course as an undergrad course. So Jindal offers both these options: the 5-year courses and 3-year courses.
That was pretty much a detailed, overview of what
Yeah.
courses are there and what is there semester by semester. So, what does actually the university life and student life at Jindal looks like?
Okay, that's a good question. So the student life at Jindal, it's pretty much it's pretty much what the student life will look like at any private university. So there's no formal dress code for classes. Like in most universities, in some universities, state-owned universities, state-funded universities, students have to dress in formals for their classes, right? The male students have to dress in like formal shirt and pant, and the female students, I think they have to wear kurta or whatever. So, whereas in Jindal, there's no such requirement. You can wear casuals or formals. It doesn't matter actually. And so it's a residential campus. You have to stay in campus if you are studying in Jindal. There within the campus there are all sorts of facilities. The boys hostel, girls hostel. There's a convenience store. There are two convenience stores. There's a health center. There's a massive gym. There's a good swimming pool. There are all sorts of sports facilities. Um, there are cafes. There's a food court. So basically, it's like a mini city uh, inside another city. So that's and the student life. Yeah. So I came from Bangalore. There are many students from Bangalore here. A lot of South Indian students: Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Pune. So students from these places constitute the majority. And so when I came from Bangalore, the first few weeks were quite hard because it was difficult adjusting into a totally new environment. But eventually I got used to it. I have a good set of friends over here. Good set of friends from various places. I have friends from Bangalore, I have friends from Rajasthan, from Mumbai. So making friends is not an issue. The main thing you need to focus on is making the right kind of friends, because there's always a chance that you get into the wrong friend group, and that 5 years you just waste 5 years over here. So that is important. And um, yeah, you have that freedom to roam around in campus. There's a lot of space. It's a massive campus, so you can go on walks. You can there are lawns where you can just sit and chill, study, whatever. There are massive libraries where you can go and um, study or finish your assignments or whatever. So yeah, that's about the student life. It's not that strict. It's quite lenient over here.
Yeah, and as I can see, there's pretty much, everything and every facility available inside the university, and it's pretty much a different kind of a whole life at their own in the university. So, what exactly was your experience with the application and selection process, particularly for this course?
Okay. So, so the way to get into Jindal is you have to write the LSAT, which is I think it's called the Law School Application Test. That's the full form. So, the you have to apply for LSAT. I think they conduct LSAT twice in a year, once in January and once before admissions. I think in June. Yeah, in June. So I didn't apply for the LSAT in January. I took the LSAT in June, and the registration is quite easy. I think there is a registration fees you have to pay in order to register for the exam. Um, yeah, and the exam is online. It's LSAT is conducted in the online mode, and LSAT, it's basically if you're obviously if you're thinking as if you're taking law for a career option, you should not just LSAT. There are many other entrance exams. The main entrance exam is CLAT, so for admission into the NLUs, and then there's SLAT for admission into symbiosis. Then there's LSAT for Jindal. So how you can prepare for LSAT is the preparation for LSAT is very similar to the preparation for CLAT. All law entrance exams have this almost the same subjects: English, logical reasoning, to some extent legal reasoning, a small part of quantitative techniques, which is math, and general knowledge. So these are the 4 5 core subjects for any law entrance exam. So I did not prepare much for LSAT because I was initially preparing for CLAT, and Jindal was also an option. So it became an option quite later in my preparations. So yeah, that's about the application and preparation for LSAT, which is the Jindal application, the entrance exam.
Okay, so what are different colleges that you apply for, and how was the selection process different for Jindal?
Okay, so I had taken CLAT as well. My rank in CLAT was 472. So with All India rank. So with domicile, I just missed NLS Bangalore by few ranks, very few ranks, and NLS Bangalore was obviously my first choice. Um, and so after NLS Bangalore and I think the cutoff for the top three NLUs was 300 or 350 ranks, or something like that. So after the top three NLUs, my next choice was obviously Jindal. I also got admission into Christ Bangalore. Um, I had taken the entrance. I had taken CLAT. I had taken the Christ entrance, and I had taken LSAT. So yeah, and clearly CLAT was the hardest entrance exam. Um, so if you look at it, getting into Jindal through LSAT is comparatively easier than getting into any of getting into the top three NLUs, top three, or let's say top five NLUs through CLAT. So Jindal LSAT is a comparatively easier exam, and it depends on your admission into Jindal depends. There's a cutoff. So else where in CLAT it's based on ranks, all India ranks, whereas in whereas in LSAT it's based on your percentile. So there's a cutoff percentile. Let's say usually it's like 75, 80 percentile is the cutoff. So everybody who gets above that percentile gets admission. The ones who get below, they don't. Um, so that's how the admission process into Jindal was for me. Yeah.
Yes, I guess you have pretty much, destructured everything, and it was like, step by step. It would be very helpful for the viewers. So, was there any interview process as well, and what was your experience based on that? What type of questions were asked?
Yeah. So for Jindal, for LSAT, we did not have an interview process, but after writing LSAT, we had a personal interaction with the vice chancellor. For all those students who had cleared the cutoff, he joined in on a Zoom call with all of us, and he gave us he since we had already cleared the cutoff. Their main goal was to somehow persuade the students to um, get into to pick Jindal. So that was basically an interactive session with the vice chancellor. He told us about student life, the academics, everything about the campus. So that was an interactive session. But LSAT did not. After LSAT, we did not have an interview process as such.
All right. So, is it very difficult to get into general, and considering that it is one of the topmost universities, especially for law? So, what's the selection criteria, or maybe the ratio of students actually applying and getting selected?
Okay. So, like I mentioned earlier, LSAT is a comparatively it's a comparatively easier exam than than CLAT or than CLAT. So the ratio of students getting into Jindal is higher than the ratio of students applying and getting into the top three NLUs. So let's say I think out of the total number of students who apply and write LSAT, the I think around like 60-70% of them get in. So because whoever clears the cutoff, like I said, there's a cutoff percentile, and whoever clears their percentile gets in. And if the number of students who have cleared the percentile is not extremely high, and if they still have a few vacancies left, they lower the percentile. They lower the cutoff. So that's about it. But I think that the ratio of students who get in to Jindal is comparatively better than the ratio of higher than the ratio of students who get into the top three NLUs. It's comparatively easier.
Okay, that's very great. So, one of the most common factors that students actually look for is the faculty also. So, what do you have to say about that?
Correct. Yeah. So Jindal is known for its faculty. They hire extremely qualified professors from various universities from abroad. We have I think almost all our professors have pursued an LLM or their master's degree from a university abroad, and they're extremely qualified faculty. And from my experience here in Jindal, I'm done with 1.5 semesters, and I think that all my subjects we had brilliant professors, extremely easy to interact with, extremely qualified intellectuals. Um, Jindal is known for its faculty. We have even the student to professor ratio is extremely good. We have, even though we have a huge number of students, we have a good number of professors as well, and we have quite a few renowned professors. Like we have Professor Shiv Prasad Swaminathan. He's one of the best contract law professors in the country, and he's my professor this sem. We have Professor Bakshi, who's another extremely renowned professor. We have professors from we have foreign professors. Um, Many of them, I think, they start teaching you electives in the later years, but extremely qualified professors. Some people say that these professors are they are in the same level as professors from top universities abroad. So that's one of the biggest plus points of Jindal.
Definitely, engaging faculty and very, friendly faculty is very important for the students to be interactive and kind of grow with them and, as much as possible, take the best out of them. So, what do the extracurricular activities, along with pursuing this course, looks like?
Okay, so one thing which I'd like to tell everyone is that there's always something going on in Jindal. There's always some sort of activity. So there's some sort of theater. So in Jindal, we have different sorts of societies, which are. Let me give you a few examples. There's a moot court society. There's a sports society. There is a theater society. There is a music society, dance society, investment society, fashion society. So literally any sort of extracurricular activity you can think of, that's there in Jindal. So it's important for the students to balance their extracurriculars with their academics and various other things with their student life, campus life, everything. So it's very important. There's always something going on in Jindal. Like today, there's a play organized by the Theatre Society going on. In one of there's a theater inside the campus in the academic block. So there's and sports. I think every every sport is there in Jindal. There's football, basketball, cricket, hockey, swimming, table tennis, badminton, volleyball, everything. And we have leagues for all those sports as well. It's very similar. It's to the professional leagues in like professional sports. So it's very similar to that. We have a proper grading system. There are champions at the end of the year. That's there. Then there's a moot court society, which is very important for all the law students. It's quite difficult to get into that society. We have to prepare memorials. There's an oral induction round. And once you get into the society, you are eligible to participate in various moots around the country, around the world. So that's the moot court society. There's a debate society again for law students. So I think basically any extracurricular activity you can think of, that's there in Jindal.
Right, and it gives students an opportunity to actually explore themselves, or particularly
Exactly.
studying different courses, and they can pretty much discover every kind of extracurricular activity along with it. Okay, so
Yeah.
anything you want to cover about the scholarship grants as well, knowing that Jindal has pretty much high fees, and how much is it for your
Correct.
course?
Yeah. So that's true. Jindal has Jindal charges quite high fees. Yeah, regarding the scholarships, so for the students so when you're writing LSAT, they ask you before, when you're registering for the exam, they ask you uh, what your parents' income is. So if your parents' income is below a certain limit, you are eligible for a scholarship, which is dependent on how you perform in your LSAT exam. So if you get above, let's say, 95 percentile in your, or 90 percentile in your LSAT exam, you're eligible for a 25% scholarship, I think. And if you get above a 95 percentile, you're eligible for a 50% scholarship. And I think the top three performers in LSAT, I think they have a full scholarship under certain conditions. Um, so that's about the scholarships in Jindal for the students who are taking LSAT and who satisfy these certain conditions. And they also have to, even after they get the scholarship, there's a certain condition that they have to keep up that level of performance in their academics once they get into the college. And yeah, so I think those are certain conditions if you want to maintain your scholarship. So that's about the scholarship. And um, it is true that the fees in Jindal is quite high because there's academic fees, and then you also have to pay semester-wise fees on your for your hostel and food and laundry and everything. So that's all a combined fees. So that plus your academic fees.
Okay, all right. So, what next? What are the, some of the most common career options selected by the students and maybe the placement opportunities? So, you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So once you're almost done with your 5 years, I think by your third year or fourth year, students are somewhat clear on what they want to do after they pass out. So some of them go for some of them try to pursue their masters um, in India or abroad. So they start applying for various exams and scholarships for various universities abroad. And then there's campus placement. It's called 0 day over here, where um, where various law firms from different parts of the country, and I think law firms from abroad as well, they come to Jindal to hire students as soon as they pass out. So that's one of the main things Jindal is known for. They have a good connection with many law firms, some of the top law firms in the country and abroad, which gives students a wide array of opportunities um, on which law firm to interview for, to take the interview from. And yeah, that's about it. And then there are students uh, who who have completed. So Jindal has both your undergrad and postgrad courses. So whoever finishes their postgrad, they have an option to pursue their PhD as well. So, and then there's for students who don't want to work in a law firm, who've completed their 5 years, who've got their degree, they can start their individual practice litigation. So that's also an option for law students. And so the one of the best things about law is that it doesn't restrict you to any one career option. So if you're done with your 5 years and if you suddenly have a change of mind, you want to do an MBA, that's also an option for you because you've done undergrad. Law is like, I think it's a big plus point. So it doesn't close out any doors, other than obviously the science oriented careers. But so that's another thing about law and Jindal, and what the students are exposed to as they reach the closing stages of their education in Jindal.
Right. And I guess during the course also, students get exposed to a lot of opportunities and a lot of things, and it will be easier for them to decide subsequently in the process that what they want to do next. Okay, so
Correct.
what would be your overall advice for the students actually wanting to crack OP Chandal University?
Okay, yeah. So my advice is go for it. It's a wonderful place. It's I think, yeah, it is one of the best law schools in the country, apart from the NLUs. And once you get in, you have to learn to balance different things. You have to learn to balance, like I said earlier, you have to learn to balance your academics, your extracurriculars, your sports, your student life, and if you're able to maintain that balance, this place is going to be wonderful for you because it opens up a lot of opportunities. Like I mentioned earlier, not just in law, but in various other careers. So these 5 years, I can guarantee that it'll be a wonderful time for those who are actually able to handle everything perfectly.
Yes, time management and personality development
Exactly.
are some of those skills which you actually learn pursuing this course over a period of time. So thank you so much, Reuben, for coming here and sharing your insights and experiences. Do you want to talk about
Thank you,
the ways
Kriti.
students can actually reach out to you if they want any further guidance?
Yeah, sure. So, students can reach out to me. I'll share my email ID with Kriti. Then I also have my profile on LinkedIn, and for students who don't have LinkedIn, I have an Instagram handle. Um, so any of these three modes of communication can be used to reach out to me, and I'd be happy to help anyone who's confused about what they want to do or which college they want to pick. So yeah, I'm always happy to help.
Great. So I will drop his social media links and you can reach out to him in the description below. So thank you so much. And it was really wonderful. And I believe you gave literally everything which anybody wants to hear about Jindal and about the course as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Kriti. My pleasure.